Do you know how many times I've been called frigid in my life? I don't care. I don't care. Bam, I still got guys after me, homie. They'll be approaching you, they'll be asking for your number. When you say no, you're clapped anyway. Your mom is clapped. Your mom is clapped.
Hi everyone.
Just Sarah or just Meechyy?
It's simply Sarah.
Alright, so I have been asked to do a video on advice on how to interact with boys, how to deal with boys at uni especially, and just I don't know, how to interact with them in general, I guess. So I thought I would bring Sarah here.
Hey, I know you will miss me, and it's like I'm back.
As in, like on the uni video, the way people were asking for Sarah, oh my god, Sarah's so pretty, Sarah looks like Justine Sky. Like, it's my channel, compliment me and me only, okay?
It's part 2 of me being around, you know, because I miss you too, you know.
Yeah, your train is waiting. When you're ready to go and catch it, it's fine. So I just want to say, first of all, this advice is coming from 2 Christian girls, and not saying we're perfect or we know the exact right way to do things, because we're still on this journey as well. We're still figuring things out every single day, and we're still getting confused, still making mistakes and learning from them. We are human too. Yes, but if you're expecting worldly advice like, oh, after 2 weeks if you want to trap him you better sleep with him, girl, no, you're not going to get any of that with us. We're just giving the best advice we possibly can in the most wholesome and correct way we know how. Yeah. So first of all, I'm just gonna say, like, what has your experience with guys been like at uni in general? You say yours and then I'll say my experience.
Okay. Okay, for me, I guess it hasn't been horrible. Like, guys are humans too, like, it's fine. I think it's just everyone has that, even me as well, everyone has that kind of mentality that, oh my gosh, talking to a boy is like what do I do, how do I approach him, how do I do this? It's like you come to realise, I think as you get older as well and as you're around more people, like different people you meet, that it's just literally conversation, it's just normal, and it depends on how you approach the situation, then that's how the conversation will go. If you approach the situation like, what's your name? They'll be like, you're right, like. But if you literally just go in there confidently, like, I think that's something I learned as well in first year. I was just so kind of nervous and shy and I didn't want to talk to anyone. But like the more that guys kind of said hi to me and like introduced themselves and stuff, it's like, oh, actually, like, they're not even that bad, like, they're just normal people.
Like, you're so confident with guys.
I'm not.
As in, no.
I'm actually not.
Guys, we'll go to a club, yeah, and the buffest guy in the room will all be preying him. We'll turn around 2 seconds later, Sarah's dancing with him. And I'm like, how? How? Teach me, because I want him to. Okay?
It's not even like that.
It is. I
think that's one thing as well. Like, don't be so scared and like you're the worst for this every time. I'm like, just call the person, just call him. No, I can't call him. Oh my god, I can't. Like, why am I crying? Like,
no, but I overthink things in general. In life, I overthink things. Making pasta, I overthink it. So like, I always try like put myself in their shoes. Like, what would I think if they were calling me right now? Would I be like, or like, oh, who's this? Like, let me pick it up, kind of thing. So I always try and like plot the right time or the right place, blah blah blah. But I know that it doesn't exactly work like that.
No. My
experience with guys in uni, basically, it's like what Sarah said. At first, from college, from time since the day I was born, I've always been that kind of you better move along, you better move along now kind of girl, just because, like what Sarah said, I'm just scared that they only want one thing. I think even the nicest of guys, you put it in front of them, they will take it, you know. It's not like they're gonna run away. It's like giving them a plate of chicken, they're not gonna say no, I don't want it, like, you know what I mean? basically, I've just always been like, just no kind of thing, like go away. Like when I first came to uni, it was straight away. If guys ask for my number, I'm not even the kind of girl to say I don't have a man. I just say I don't give out my number. That's it, because I don't have time to be blocking people, having people blow up my phone, blinging my hotline. No, I don't have time. I've got books to read, things to study. Okay, honey? No. Like Sarah said again, I started to see them more as human beings. Like, I'm not even joking, like I'm not even trying to be rude, but even at the start of second year, I started to clock like, wow, boys have feelings. Like,
it's true, you know.
Like, they're actual people.
It's true.
Before, I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, used to think of them demons, demonic spirits, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, you know, from the underworld kind of thing.
It's true, but they're not definitely
like, I just used to not even think of them as people. Honestly, like, that is the honest truth that I'm saying. And so I just didn't know how to relate to them. Like, I would have a hi-bye conversation, but then that would be it. Like, I'd let it go no further. But as well, since I came to uni, I started to have more guy friends. And before, I thought that was completely impossible. Because I just thought someone will catch feelings by force, by fire. Like, that's the way it happened. And I sometimes think that's still mostly true.
Yeah, of course.
But I think it can work. It can work if you put boundaries and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
So yeah, since I started to get more friends and I started to get more insight into a guy's mind, I was able to see that, oh, they actually are humans and they feel the way we feel sometimes. And you know, if we don't text back and stuff, they actually might get upset or like, you know, they get excited if we text back, like that kind of thing. I was like, okay, so they're not, you know, just dogs. So that's pretty cool to see. Okay, so I asked on my Snapchat what you guys would like to know about interacting with boys, and we got a couple questions, so we're gonna read them out and answer them for you. So what's the first question?
Okay, so the first one is, how can you pick up on their intentions? So obviously guys' intentions. Oh my gosh, I hate it. I hate it all.
Guys, we're having so many technical difficulties today. As in so many.
Is that spider from earlier?
It is!
It actually is. Okay, so how can you pick up on boys in general, yeah, their intentions? Okay, so I just say be alert, just be aware of how they act around you, or even in general how they act around uni, how they act around their friends or like people on their course or their family, whatever. If it differs a lot, then that's obviously something to kind of, that's like alarm bells, beware. Yeah, act out, like just how they talk to you, like if they're really kind of like, there's always innuendos in there, and just have that in your head. Okay, this guy obviously has one thing on the brain, maybe just step back and just distance yourself. But at the same time, it's good to be alert as well, because there's some guys who actually aren't like that, and if you kind of label every guy with that mentality that, oh, they want that one thing, then you're going to miss out on all these opportunities of having really great friends. Like, it is good to have boyfriends.
That's a little space in the middle.
Yes. Male friends. It's good to have male friends as well. I think it's good to have a balance. So definitely just kind of open your eyes more, be more observant. What about you?
So, how I pick up on guys' intentions. Me personally, and if you're really honest with yourself, you will know. You will know, and it's not that hard to guess. If a guy likes you, he will make it known to you that he likes you. Even if he's a shy boy. Even if he's a shy boy, you will know that he likes you.
It's true.
I've never had trouble differentiating if a guy likes you.
That's so true.
Use your brain, like use your common sense. Not in a rude way.
Like with girls, if a girl likes a boy, it will be some necked blueprint, three paragraph long essay.
5-year plan.
This is how I'm gonna get my man. These small things like, okay, he's sitting maybe like on that seat, so if I go sit on the seat 2 seats away from him, I kind of flick my hair at 5 o'clock, 5 past, then he'll look at me and then like, maybe he'll like wink at me, and then that would be stage 1 of my plan. Like, it's like, boys are just like,
think
you're
too
buff,
much.
okay, bye.
Yeah, you're buff. When are you coming out?
It's
time's
like,
ticking. When are you coming to my house? That's guys for you. He will make plans to hang out with you, because boys are very I think there's very few guys that when they like you, they give you space. If you know what I mean. They always want to spend time with you. Even good guys, like, they might not want to do anything wrong, but they want to spend time with you. They're like, so when are you free? Should we go watch a movie? Should we go out to eat? Should we do this together? Should we do that together? Or they'll turn up at your house and be like, hi. If he's serious about you, he'll make it less obvious, I think, because he's not trying to ruin things. But at the same time, you will know. So the second question that we received was, how do you deal and interact with guys at uni? Kind of let them like approach you and prove to you that they're trying to be your friend.
Yeah.
I think, because I think they're gonna be aware that you're scared that they're gonna try something else. So for me personally, they knew that they didn't want anything more and I didn't want anything more, but they would make a conscious effort to show to me that they wanted to just be my friend.
Yeah.
And they just wanted to hang out with me. They will find a way to let you know, I think. I think it's a bit mean to put all the work onto the guys, but at the same time, in the society that we're in, it's better to be safe than sorry. So it's better to just let them prove to you that they are being honest with the friendship that they're trying to pursue, and they're not trying to get into your pants. And once you do get to know them, once you do get close guy friends, they're really cool. Like, it's good to have an insight into guys' minds, you know, because they all think the same. They all have mafia meetings, guys. Trust me. Nah, these guys, because every time I have a discussion with a guy about why they do certain things, it's like they all have planned answers.
Following on from what Michelle has just said, like when she said about how, when she said that guys should kind of take the lead and like show you, I think before that step happens, you as the girl, you present yourself, lay that down straight away, so the guy knows, okay, this girl isn't like one of those girls that you see. She's actually different. Okay, let me approach her differently. Because if you present yourself to a guy, or kind of like, so, hey,
what's your name?
Do you want to study together? If that's how you talk to every guy, then they're gonna think, okay, well, calm. My house is free. You want to come around? And then when you start saying no, they're like, are you stupid? So it's very different. Like you have to make sure that you present yourself in a way that you want guys to see you. Yeah. I think just be yourself.
I think there's a couple guys that like I'm friends with now, and maybe a couple of them like have tried to move to me or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, I'm not that kind of girl, by the way. Or I'd be like, oh, I don't really give my number out. Yeah. Sorry. Maybe if like I talk to you at a later date, or I hang out with you at a later date and I got to know you a little bit, maybe then I'll give you my number. Or I just say something that they're like, oh, yeah, okay. And I'm just like, I'm just, no more respectful.
Yeah.
Girl.
Like, obviously no offense to anyone if that's the lifestyle you've chosen, then do you.
Yeah,
but
But yeah, just present yourself in the right way, and they will respect you, and they will show you that they respect you. They'll be like, oh, okay, so she's not gonna take any rubbish I give her. Like, if they try and disrespect you the first time and you're like, skirt, relax yourself, they will be like, oh, okay, and they will like not do that kind of useless baby boy behavior with you. But if you're like, I think if you let your guard down too much, it's so easy for them to infiltrate. It's sneaking the garden of Eden.
I think also, bringing it back to God as you know how I do. Pastor Sarah in the house, Susie, yeah, like in the Bible, God says that we should treat each other as brother and sister. I know it sounds really weird, but just talk to them in a general manner. It's not every day like think of, oh, who could be my husband. Like, just talk to your sister or your brother in Christ how you want to be spoken to. It's not everyday flirt, it's not everyday innuendo. Remember the standards that God has set in place for us as children of God. You need to remember how you present yourself and how you treat others, because you wouldn't want to be treated badly, and God obviously has made us in a way that we need to reflect Him, and we need to work for Him and serve Him. So if you are, I don't know, if you're promoting something that's not of God, then things that are not of God will follow. Baby girl.
That's so true.
But if you are being Christ-like and holding on to that. Anywhere you go, you'll be a light, and people will see, okay, something different about that person. What is that? And then they will treat you different. They'll treat you differently than what they've been seeing like other places. So,
and the church says, amen. But the last question we got was
how to be friends with guys without kind of like making them think that you're frigid or like you're not up for it or whatever. Like, how can you just literally be a friend
with them?
Yeah.
Be frigid.
Be frigid. Be a fridge, be a freezer, be a cooler. Everything.
Be all of that. Be all of that. Do you know how many times I've been called frigid in my life? Do you know how many times? I don't care. I don't care.
She's still here. She didn't die, did she?
Fam, I still got guys after me, homie. No, but real talk, yeah. They will call you frigid, yes. And then they will go and meet a hoe. And when they're done with her, they will start coming back to you and calling her a hoe. So what do you want?
What do you mean?
I don't understand. You can't be calling girls frigid to get what you want, and then you get what you want and then be calling them hoe. No, this is what I mean about demonic behaviour. That is not correct.
Make sense.
It doesn't. You need to stop. Guys, you need to stop. That is rude and it's disrespectful. God.
If you ever, like, if anyone ever wants to step to you and say, oh, you're frigid, or come on, don't be a baby, just
or you're stuck up, or you're hard to get. Yes, I'm hard to get.
Remember, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt your ass. Okay?
They ain't never gonna hurt your ass. Never. But honestly, like, it does not matter. The hard to get girls are the best. There's a reason why they are hard to get. Do you get a first class by studying the night before? No, you don't. Thank you. Thank you. Like, you need to stop letting them get into your head, because the girls that they respect the most, you will tell. They'll finish their business with all the hoes, and then they'll still come back to that hard to get girl that they wanted in the first place. So don't even worry about that. Boys don't know what they want. They're useless, all of them. That's the way they'll be approaching you. They'll be asking for your number. When you say no, you're clapped anyway. Your mum is clapped. Your mum is clapped. So yeah, in general, be as frigid and as hard to get as you like, because the respectable girls in the end are the ones who are going to get the respectable guys. And if you're not a respectable guy, you shouldn't want them anyway. Okay?
Obviously, don't be like horribly snobby.
That's it. Don't be snobby and don't be bitchy.
Don't be horribly like, oh, I'm too good for you. Sorry, like there's a fine line between being treated in the way you want to be treated, like in the sense that if you grasp the fact that, okay, God has said that you are a child of his, your royalty basically, because obviously he's the king. That means you are a princess, therefore you should be treated with the utmost respect, but at the same time don't go around saying, can you come and clean my shoe? Like, you don't need to be doing that, but that also,
that kind of royalty.
The conversation should be clean and clear and friendly and nice, and just have a nice atmosphere.
And boundaries should be set.
Exactly, and boundaries will be set because they know how you are, and that's what you need. So forget other people calling you frigid, because
that is honestly secondary. I don't think I've been called frigid since secondary school. That's secondary school stuff, and you know that that boy has such a childish and low mentality. You don't even want to be messing with those kind of boys anyway. Yeah. When you girls realize that, the better, because honestly, there is a fine line between, oh, don't talk to me, I have a man, who do you think you are, kind of thing, and being like, oh no, sorry, I can't come to your house, I'm kind of busy today, I'm going to the library, I'm doing my work, I'm staying at home, oh, it's past 10, I don't think I should really be going to like a guy's house alone, kind of thing. And if they're a not respectable boy, they will lose interest anyway. They'll be like, this girl, man, like, she's being long by the library, who does that, fam? And then they'll go. And if it's a respectable guy, they'll be like, wow, okay, she's doing her work, she has her priorities straight, and she's someone that I should respect. And they will pursue you more in a respectable way, and that's the kind of guys you want to invite into your life anyway. Nice, Christian, nice boys. Because trust me, like I said before, I thought all boys were demonic, but this year, I don't know whether God was just like, listen, I need to show you the world because you're being too rude about boys. And he just opened my eyes, and I've just been meeting so many kind, respectable, gracious guys where I'm like confused to their behavior now because I'm just not used to it. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you being so nice to me? Like, what's going on, kind of thing. And that is the kind of guys you want in your life.
I like to say it comes with age, but you can't label every single guy and say it comes with age.
There's some guys that mature really early,
Yeah.
and 95% of guys that don't.
Yeah, but I feel like the guys that I've met at uni, now being basically in third year, it's like I've kind of noticed their change in kind of mentality. Like, obviously first year it's like, yeah, party. Now it's like, oh, I've got things to do, I've got work, I've got library. Like, I think just in general the whole mindset of people, like, people change during university, hopefully anyway. Yeah, I just think some guys now just, it's not all about raving, it's not all about how many bums can I grab, it's not all about that anymore. I think people are looking for wifeys, so be the wifey you want to be. Find the wifey you need.
Honestly, I think in uni it's so easy to get caught up in that, oh, I need to find my husband, I need to find at least husband potential, I need to find baby daddy, but all this kind of stuff, yeah. But like Sarah said earlier, treat them as your brothers in Christ. Like, don't think about that first. I know it's hard, don't get me wrong. Even me, a guy would be like, hi Michelle, and I'd be like, wow, so what colour scheme are we going to have at our wedding? Like, roses.
This girl.
No, I'm being honest. Girls, be honest with yourself. Sometimes that happens. Like, if they're a nice guy and they're good looking as well, you're like, okay, so when's the date? Just let me know and I'll show up. All that kind of stuff. But try your hardest. Like me, I'm honestly fighting against it. Like, I'm fighting against my flesh to be like, okay, this is my brother. Not every guy you interact with is going to be hubby at the end of the day. So just think of them as your brothers, your friends, acquaintances. And trust me, when God wants to dash husband into your life, you will know. Because you'll see him and you'll be like, whoa.
Yeah.
There's no way you can avoid it.
Dog each. Range Rover.
There's no way you'll be able to avoid it then, to be honest. So your time will come, honey boo boo. It will come, trust me. But for now, especially if you're under the age of 18, just allow it. Allow it.
You need to be mature in your head before you even step into a relationship. You need to know what you want personally, because then when you get into a relationship, you know what you want and they know what they want, and you can work together rather than everyone just not know what they want and then just...
Yeah, and fam, don't go and start looking for boys or looking for love when you can't spell love yet. Can you spell love? Can you spell infatuation? Can you spell it? If you can't, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it if you can't yet. Because
comment below if you can spell it.
Everyone comment infatuation if you can spell it down below, and we shall
don't
see.
Go use Google.
And if
use your own head.
If you come and start spelling info, if I hear you talk about boy one more time, Auntie Michelle will come and slap your head. Okay, so all in all, when it comes to guys, I just think the main key is patience. Patience to know when to make the right move, patience to know whether to accept the right guy, and just respecting yourselves and not being too hasty to jump into anything that may damage you emotionally later on. And if it is right, it will feel right. I always say confusion is not a good thing. If you feel confused about it, it's not right. Because if it's the right thing, you will be like, this is correct, this is the right thing to do, and I know this is the right thing to do, so that's what I'm going to do. But if it doesn't feel right and you're thinking, should I do it, should I not, don't do it.
Yeah.
So just respect yourselves, ladies. Hold yourselves high. Act and behave like the queens that you are.
Slay.
Yes, and everything will be okay. So thank you so much for watching.
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
I hope that this was very helpful to you guys. I hope you guys got a lot of tips that you're able to put into use. Make sure that you like this video, share this video with your friends, comment down below, tell us your thoughts, leave video requests, and we really appreciate all of it. And I'm gonna leave my social media details and Sarah's social media details, if you can, down below. So be sure to check her out. Thank you for coming, Sarah.
You're welcome. Sauce on the beat. Sauce on the beat.
Hold on.
Sauce on the beat.
And again.
Sauce on the beat.
One more time.
Sauce on the beat.
And again.
Sauce on the beat.
One more time.
Sauce on the beat. Hey, sauce on the beat. Hey.